You're complicit in a genocide! Eddie, there's a genocide! Eddie, there's a genocide! Come on, Eddie! There's a genocide! Israeli terrorists are committing a genocide, and the U.S. Congress and Senate are complicit in funding the bombs that are forcing children to be slaughtered and massacred. Shame on this government. The United States of America is complicit in genocide. The Israeli terrorists are starving children.
If they'll arrest veterans, they'll arrest you.
Stop the bombs! Stop the bombs!
Arresting us for speaking out against genocide.
Stop the bombs!
The U.S.
Stop
Congress
the bombs!
is paying for the
Stop
death of children,
slaughtering babies!
women and children.
Stop slaughtering babies!
When the United States Congress comes after veterans, they will come after you. Every American sitting at home right now needs to realize that you are paying for a genocide.
Alright, Shalom. I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory to YAHAWAHSHI'S, Rakah, Quadash, the belongs to apostles of GMS, and the sincere Shalom to the brothers out here pushing this truth and sincerity. So, what they're speaking about is nothing new, honestly, because now that the rats don't really give a shit, now they can lay all the groundwork on the floor. They're like, hey, we just doing this, and that. And then, of course, you have some people that's pissed off about it. And it's funny because we've been talking about stuff they've been doing for years, and everybody just ignores us. But as soon as these people come out about it, and you read the comment section, everybody's like, respect and all this other stuff. Yeah, we need to get together and all this other stuff. And and this one is talking about rise up, and I think the guy says the time is now. I think that's like later on. I think I paused it a little too early, but he's like, the time is now to rise up and all this other stuff. I'm like, for all the stuff that's actually been already on the information, don't y'all think it's a little years too late? But even then, these people saying rise up and all this other stuff, and the people on the comment section or people that'll be watching this saying, yeah, I agree and all this other stuff. You ever notice that even stuff like this, even like when people say rise up before and all this other stuff happens, no one actually does anything. I'm not talking about with the riots or anything, because even before the riots, people just talk about it. And then they'll wait months to a year before they actually decide to, quote unquote, protest about it. But in these protests, as they claim they're doing this for X, Y, and Z, but they're just destroying the property of their own shit. They're attacking each other, killing each other. And meanwhile, the whole point of the protest was to stop the government from doing X, Y, and Z. And then they disperse, and the government continues doing their whole thing. So it's just hilarious just looking at this stuff again, because all you're doing is seeing a repeat. This is why the Lord had these people in a chokehold, because they can't do anything. Not until when things are pretty much on the collapse. Then that's when hell breaks loose. So, going into the title, it says powerfully appealed. Going into that, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people already know what appealed means, but going into the online etymology, it says the call to a higher judge or a court, make an appeal to a cause, to summon, name, to prepare, and to beat, push, and drive. And this is how these people are basically saying they rise up, cause destruction, all this other stuff, or to fight back against the government. And nothing ever works as they plan. Stop the genocide on babies. I mean, they've been doing that for years, even before I was born. Like, that's nothing new. Y'all just so many years too late. Like, they've been doing that for a good while now. So you talking about trying to stop the genocide? There is always going to be genocide, because whenever these guys find a war, there is always genocide. They won't show it on the news because it's not applicable for them to actually show it at a point in time that, hey, they're bombing villages, going over to other countries, bombing other shit, children, women, and men dying. They'll probably show a little tad bit of the war between the other men that's going in the war to fight, but they will never show you the destruction they leave behind from these other villages that has women and children ravished and killed, homes destroyed, and all sorts of other stuff. They won't show that bit because they know people be the people here will, you know, feel some type of way about it. But now they won't really care, especially when shit really hits the fan. So this is Psalms 55 and 21. It says, "The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords." So Esau is always putting out the presidents, the mayors, and the spokesmen to give these people big, pretty speeches to believe to make it seem like the government is going to change, the president is going to change, the whole United States is going to change, and it only changes for the worse. So, as speaking of worse, as it does potentially get worse, these same people talking about stop genocide and all this other stuff for other countries, they don't understand that genocide is also going to happen here on a high scale. And what these people don't understand is it just won't be the military doing the genocide. It'll be these other people out here fighting to survive that will be committed genocide. All sorts of deaths, people trying to survive. Military, you got martial law and all sorts of stuff. These people don't understand that they're screwed. Speaking of which, Psalms 34 and 21 goes into it. It says, "Evil shall slay the wicked." And going into that word evil means bad times. So bad times is going to slay these people, whether they be fighting each other, martial law, diseases, starvation, you name it. I mean, how we're technically in bad times right now, but but when that time really happens, it's bad times is going to be the definition of the way of life right there. And it says, "They that hate the righteous shall be desolate." So yeah, we've been speaking on this for years. They're talking about, diseases, the shutdowns, government shutdowns, the dollar going to collapse and all this other stuff. And people hated us for it because we were speaking the truth. They still hate us because they know we are speaking the truth now because it's happening right in front of their eyes. So what happens is that when everything is going up into flames, I'm not talking about the nuclear fire just yet, but when that whole life comes coming to an end, they're going to try seeking us out, but they ain't going to be able to find us. And it says they should be desolate, which means they're going to be in despair. They ain't going to know what to do because they ain't going to find us. All their hope diminished, crumbled. Anything that they thought they could find hope in, going to be gone. Because now that the one thing they can try to look for answers to ain't going to be there. Now they really will have to struggle and survive or give in to despair and just give up at that point. Right? This is Judges 10 and 14. This is basically going back to Psalms 55 and 21. It says, "Go and cry unto your gods, go and cry unto the gods which ye have chosen. Let them deliver you in the time of your tribulation." And that's what these people get. These people were so caught up in voting, thinking they could make a difference in this place. Well, when shit hits the fan, go and cry to the gods that you voted for, that you prescribed, that you gave all your hope, love, and dreams into. Go and cry to them. Your Jesus, those are your Jesuses. Because we've been out here telling you, which is fine, of course, because the Lord has it set in these people's spirits not to believe us, not to listen to us. And the Lord wanted that me and various other brothers are the elect, because we don't know where the elect. So for these people, they had to go and cry to the gods they have chosen. You let them deliver them. And sure enough, Esau will deliver them to their destruction. Whether it be for them taking the micro or they just offing them right on the spot. Whereas for us, by the Lord's will, that we are doing the service of the Heavenly Father, that He delivers us out of this mess. So yeah, The genocide, we go for it. This just furthers prophecy, anyways. The more these prophecies are filled, the quicker we get out of here. So these are just events for us that we just look at and like, okay, because we know we can't stop what the Lord has set up. The only thing we're looking for is salvation in the kingdom of heaven to be established. But these people talking about stop genocide, rise up, and all this other stuff. This is their kingdom of heaven, which is the kingdom of wickedness right now. So, little one, this is a little edifying. And with that, shalom.